Hi, Reading Room readers. I have two stories to read for you today. One is called If I Lived at the Zoo, and another one is called Q is for Duck. Let's start with this one. Have you ever imagined that you'd want to live somewhere else besides the house that you live in now? Maybe the zoo, or how about Dorney Park, or maybe in the Statue of Liberty? That would be kind of fun. Let's find out what happens to this little boy. If I lived at the zoo. I always really liked the zoo. I wish that I could live there too. With much to see and much to do, I wonder what I'd get into. I'd walk into the zoo and say, I live here, I don't have to pay. No problem, sir, enjoy your day. And with that, I'd be on my way. So what is first? What shall I choose? I see the sights and view the views. I'll let emus wear running shoes, then jump around with kangaroos. Can you imagine emus, which are kind of like really big birds, wearing sneakers like you have on? That would be funny to see. The elephants roam far and wide, and so would I, right by their side. I love their trunks, and they provide a great big slide for me to ride. I'd play beside a polar bear. He'd never make me wash my hair. We'd swim all day without a care and wave to people as they stare. I'd take a train ride every day and pick up critters on my way. First stop, I'd say, is that a way? I know the otters love to play. Next thing I think I'd like to see are playful lemurs in a tree. We'd build a fort, or two, or three, and hang around and watch TV. Then back aboard the Zoo Express. I wonder what I should do next. I think, and then, yes, those creatures with the big long necks. I bet you know what creature that is. And walking with her little calf, we'd see our friend, Mrs. Giraffe. How can I climb aboard, she'd laugh. We'd have to cut the roof in half. Then we'd continue down the track. We'd see a zebra and a yak. The zebra has stripes on his back. He's like a horse, but white and black. Is white and black what you just said? I'd hear a voice and turn my head. What other animal is white and black? Do you think you know? Then standing near a wooden shed, a panda bear. My name is Fred. Then munching on some fresh bamboo, he'd tell me what he likes to do. I'd jump and kick the whole day through. Panda bear that knows kung fu. Then Fred would tell me lots of things about a bird that never sings. It cannot fly, but it has wings and loves the cold that winter brings. Do you know what that bird is? It has wings, it doesn't fly, it doesn't sing like most birds do. I know, I would exclaim. A penguin is that creature's name. They love the ice and snow the same. They might just play a hockey game. Then I'd get off the train's caboose to go say hi to Mr. Moose. I'd have a rest and drink some juice. There's lots to do, so let's vamoose. Come on, let's go. We can't relax. We need to see the great big cats. Let's cross the tracks and eat some snacks and watch the tigers scratch their backs. My name is Max, I'd hear a roar, and see a lion by the door. The day's still young, let's go explore and see things never seen before. So Max and I would roam the land and see a cheetah in the sand. I'd meet a monkey, shake his hand. This day is going just as planned. And things I never thought I'd see, like tigers, donkeys, chimpanzees, would be right there in front of me. The zoo is great, I would decree. And then the day would turn to night. The moon would shine so big and bright, but something wouldn't seem quite right. I'd miss my home with all my might. I'd miss my mom, the books she read. I'd miss my dad. I'd miss my bed. The zoo is fun, just like they said, but think I'll live at home instead. The end. I guess home is still the best place of all, but the zoo is a nice place to visit. And now I have a second book. This is kind of a funny, wacky alphabet book, and you'll see why, I'm sure, very soon. It's called Q is for Duck. An alphabet guessing game. A is for zoo. Why? Because animals live in the zoo. B is for dog. Why? Because a dog barks. C is for hen. Why? Because a hen clucks. D is for mole. Why? Because a mole digs. E is for whale. Why? Because a whale is enormous. F is for bird. Why? Because a bird flies. G is for horse. Why? Because a horse gallops. H is for owl. Why? Because an owl hoots. I is for mosquito. Why? Because mosquito bites itch. J is for kangaroo. Why? Because a kangaroo jumps. K is for mule. Why? Because a mule kicks. L is for frog. Why? Because a frog leaps. M is for cow. Why? Because a cow moves. N is for cat. Why? Because a cat naps. O is for pig. Why? Because a pig oinks. P is for chick. Why? Because a chick peeps. Q is for duck. Why? Because a duck quacks. R is for lion. Why? Because a lion roars. S is for camel. Why? Because a camel spits. T is for elephant. Why? Because the elephant trumpets. U is for prairie dog. Why? Because prairie dogs live underground. V is for chameleon. Why? Because a chameleon seems to vanish. W is for snake. Why? Because a snake wiggles. X is for dinosaur. Why? Because dinosaurs are extinct. Y is for coyote. Why? Because a coyote yowls. And last, Z is for animals. Why? Because animals live in the zoo. The end. Okay, you just heard the book, Q is for duck. So we are going to make a Q duck. And you don't need very many things. Make hopefully things you just have laying around the house. A piece of orange paper, a piece of yellow paper, or you could make the things and color them in with your crayons. You need the letter Q. You also need some glue, maybe some markers, and some scissors. So I already made my Q. You might be able to find one online even. And now I'm going to need to make him a beak. I'm taking my orange paper and I'm just going to cut sort of like a triangle. That's going to be his beak. And then I'm going to cut a duck feet. And notice I'm not tracing them or anything. I'm just going to make them freehand, we say. There's one. And I'm going to get another piece, little piece of paper. If you have a big piece, your brothers and sisters can make one with you too. And I'm going to use this one and just go right around with it. Here's another foot. And they don't have to be fancy. And then I'm going to glue them on. Okay. Remember, you don't need a whole ton of glue, just a little dot would do it. Put the beak on, and then I'm putting a dot underneath, on top, and I'm going to stick the legs under. 1, and 2. Again, just a little dot of glue will do it. And if you have other colored paper, maybe you can make a blue duck or a purple duck, whatever you feel like doing. So now he's got his feet and his beak, and I'm just going to put an eye on here. And I think I'm going to give him some feathers. You might even be able to go outside and find some real feathers to stick on there. And there is your Q duck. He would look good on the refrigerator, I think. Remember, if you don't come to this reading room to hear the story, watch us on the Facebook page.